Oh, welcome to another episode of the 151 Collective. I am your co-host, Zack Mo, aka Zack Mo.
What? I'm your co-host, Collector, aka Collector. What? Why did you do that this week?
I don't know.
You threw me.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I don't have anything. AKA,
Well, it's too late now.
okay, yeah, so also known as Zack Mo.
All right.
All right. With your Gengar hat.
Dude, this hat's dope. I got this on TikTok for like $14.
I actually think I saw the ad for that hat.
Yeah, dude, it was everywhere. If you've ever watched a Pokemon video on TikTok, you got an ad for this hat. It was
Yeah.
all over TikTok. I also got this sick Gengar hoodie. You can't really see all of it, but it's dope. I got that. Not on TikTok.
Do you like it?
Gengar's pretty dope. Yeah.
Like we never talked about that.
Yeah, Gengar's pretty cool. I like Gengar quite a bit.
It's good.
Some would say he's my favorite.
saw. Did you see the Waka video?
No, someone sent it to me. Maybe you, but I didn't
No,
get
it
a
wasn't
chance
me.
to watch it.
But I did see it in Discord. It was like, which Pokemon's better? And they're asking Waka Flocka, and he chose Gengar all the way.
He's at Collecticon. He's like a big name in Pokemon at the moment.
Yeah, he was talking about because like at one point during when they were like saying Pokemon, like he had to choose. They said Ho-Oh, and he was like, "Oh, I just pulled one." Like so, Waka Flocka's just walking around ripping Pokemon cards. It's pretty
That's
cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't know that about him. And then he said, which what I really respected in that video is that they said Zubat, and he goes, "Oh man, Zubat's annoying as hell." So you know he played the fucking game.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope. Waka Flocka, shout out.
Waka Flocka Flame, turn my swag on. Sweet. Well, I've had a lot of messages this last week here since we last recorded. Like people have been just nonstop asking. I have to charge my phone midday because the vibrations are just draining the battery, and they just want to know, like, how was Zack Mo's week in collecting? And I was like, I'll fucking ask him. Just relax. So,
I went radio silent.
Collecting?
Went radio silent, so I couldn't answer everybody. So they had to, hit you up. I get it. I'm a very popular guy.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. I came into your stream, and next thing I know,
you got a whole social life.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. My weekend collecting. What did I collect this week? Nothing.
Bummer.
I don't think I collected anything this week. More stress, more depression. Let's see. I really don't think I collected anything.
Well, you got your slab back. It's on the way to you. It just hasn't arrived yet. You got a couple things in that package.
The PSA 9, and I'd like you to go on the record, because if I wanted to sell that, nobody's gonna believe me at a price of $50. Well, Collector said it's worth $12. Well, Collector was fucking wrong.
I said it was worth $12.
Yeah.
When?
When we were talking about it like last week or the last episode, whenever.
That's probably the raw price.
Right, and you were saying it's worth like $12.
That's the raw price.
Because I had said it was $305.
Oh, it's definitely not $305.
Right, which we agree. You now say it's like $48, I think you said.
Yeah, so there probably weren't too many sales on it. Umbreon, Pokeball, Prismatic.
Oh, 59.
Charting has it at 36. 17, 18 raw. So the price is going up, which is good. Only one sold listing, and that's where the price of 36 comes from. Only one has sold according to price charting.
So why didn't that one person sell it for 300 like a smart person?
Well, they probably would have loved to have done that, but the bid ended at $36.
Well, the Collector app still says 305. So
well, yeah, sell it at 305. I think that's great. Any of our listeners want it, I bet you I can get Zack Mo to give you a great discount off 305. He'd probably even sell it for 290.
And I,
all right, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
Let me post it like 5 times in one day.
Yeah.
Before I start making price drops.
Oh, that's funny.
But the Prismatic Evolutions ETB is up on the Collector app, which I'm sure you're
no, it's continuing to go up.
On Collector app, it's 325. I'm sure you're going to say more.
It's 375. I want to say Evolutions, Poke Center. Can you hear my keyboard, by the way?
I can.
You can
Sounds
hear it?
lovely. Yes.
I want to get a mushier keyboard that's not so loud.
That's what she said.
We should talk about keyboards. Well, you could actually buy one $350 shipped right now. Market is $350, $155. Most recent sale $370. So the market's actually dropping a little bit on them. I wonder what happened there, because the market was at about $370, but it has dropped a tiny little bit now. Yeah, the highest sale that I see was for $399.99. But it has now dropped a little bit off that high. So 2 sold at $385 yesterday, and then today the most recent one that sold on TCG today was $370. But the volume on these is huge. I mean, so many of these are moving every day. It's a very well sold
We'll just
ETB.
turn it down.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha.
Very high volume of this ETB being sold. Same with. Oh, I'll talk about it more during the market update.
Well, I see that my Blood Moon or Soluna in a 9 has gone up $17.
There you go.
So
what's it worth now?
67.40 net 5.
Oh wow! Would you look at that? It's worth more than what you paid, and you shouldn't have traded it.
I didn't.
Good. Yeah, the card's $45 raw, bro. That's such a good artwork. I was strong on that card from day one. That card is going to be just as good as.
You wouldn't let me trade. You were all like, "No, you're a bear."
No, that's not true. You said, "Should I?" Definitely didn't call you a bear. You said, "Should I trade?" And I said, "I wouldn't." That doesn't mean you shouldn't.
Yes, but I follow your teachings.
Well, then you should say thank you because I was right.
No.
Glad we agreed on that. No, thank you.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much my weekend collections. I got the Umbreon 9 that I'm gonna sell for 600.
In 25 years, it'll be worth $40.
That's less.
No, it's 36. 36 right
now.
now.
Oh yeah, you're right. You said 36 right now. But on the alt app it said 48. So make up your mind.
It did, yeah, because it probably sold out. So Alt is actually a really cool app. We're not sponsored by Alt or anybody for that matter, but Alt is cool.
Sponsored.
Are you?
Yeah, by the Sock Man.
Got it. Alt combines more than just eBay last solds. Alt looks at BWCC and their own internal auctions as well as eBay. So they have like a little bit of a broader stroke when it comes to finding a market price.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
It's a cool app. If you're listening to the podcast and you don't use the Alt app and you collect like PSA slabs, it's really, really good. It doesn't do anything for raw cards. I'm sure eventually they'll do that. But yeah, for all your graded, for all my graded stuff, I use Alt to get value.
Cool. Good to know. I shaved my head today. Does that count in my weekend collecting?
You uncollected some hair.
Whatever little bit I had.
Yeah.
I got rid of it. Sold it. Sold my sealed collection on top. Yeah, so that was my weekend collecting.
Sounds pretty uneventful.
Yeah, most of my weeks in collecting are. I don't think I bought anything from you.
Last week, no. The only reason I shipped you a package was because I had your slab back.
Did you send me my graded guard?
Mm-hmm. And your jumbo and your whatever else was in your box.
I know not Megan donoed a Foy Coco from Ife Baby to me.
It's in there.
Because it's a cute little guy.
Yep.
And I think that's all. Like, if there's anything else I don't remember, and you messed up and gave me somebody else's stuff.
No, and I did send you a cool card. We'll talk about it next week once you get it.
Ooh.
You're going to like it.
I like presents. Is it an early birthday present?
Go back 16 episodes when you were complaining about how much you hate presents.
No, I don't hate presents. I like presents. I hate surprises. I hate being told that somebody got me something and then they won't tell me what it is.
Well, I got you a Pokemon card.
Yeah, well.
That came from someone else's rip in their bulk that they didn't want.
Is it a Shuckle?
It's not a Shuckle. You will not guess it. It is okay. Right. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
But in the meantime, why don't you tell me about a Pokemon that I don't know about? Sure. Or maybe I do and we're going to learn more. Or maybe you'll just tell me stuff I already know. But let's tell our listeners about a new Pokemon highlight for the week.
So this week I used a number generator, as you did last
Nice.
week.
That's what I did last week.
And we landed on 436. Can you give me in 2 guesses what that is?
No. 436 is Gen
Generation 4. Yeah. Steel psychic type.
Is it Bronzor?
We are doing Bronzor. Because it's number 436.
Got it. One guess only needed.
You looked it up and I gave you too many things to look up. I'm not giving you that. Cool. So Bronzor evolves into Bronzong. It's a steel psychic type. It is a bronze mirror, which is pretty much where it gets its name from. Bronze mirror, bronze ore. You want me to further explain that to you?
Yes, please.
So the word bronze. Bronzor is turned upside down. It will look exactly the same from the front. Wait, what? It will look exactly the same from the front, meaning its front has rotational systems. No, has rotational symmetry. I can read. It also has horizontal and vertical reflective symmetry. However, its back sprite only has vertical reflective symmetry. So the backing.
All right, that's interesting. I'm looking at a picture of Bronzor.
Yeah, so it's a bronze mirror with 2 eyes.
And it's a mirror image of itself, both vertically and horizontally.
Not on the back, only
on the front.
Right. There is an unused sprite within Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for Bronzor's back sprite, which is just a duplicate of its front. Okay. Roy didn't have one. I remember when I did Wait Coco, I just randomly said Roy had one. Bronzor has the lowest base attack of all steel type Pokemon.
Whack.
So Bronzor is based on I'm gonna butcher this word, Dokyo.
I think it's pronounced mirror.
Dokyo.
What'd you just call me? All right, continue.
Or bronze mirror. On its back, Bronzor has carved in a shape of a grain spike, just like its evolved form, Bronzong, which you can summon rain for better harvest.
Bronzong can bring rain for better harvest?
Yeah. That's what this thing's telling me.
Seems random. I don't understand how that lines up, but we'll go with it.
Okay, so this is the fun part that I found funny. No, I didn't find it funny. Don't think I'm a terrible person. Bronzor and the fact that it evolves into Bronzong also seems to be based on an old Japanese myth present in the book Kwaidan. Stories and Studies of Strategy. Oh, goddamn. Leave me alone. I can read. Studies of Strange Things by a name I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Because
the priest of yes. Well, because it's not in Lafcadio.
That sounds like how their mom said it the first time when they were born.
Lafcadio.
I'll call him Lafcadio.
So it's LAF and cardio without the R. Lafcadio.
Cardio. More like Hardio.
Okay. The priest of Mugenyama. The priest of Mugenyama wanted to forge a bell for their temple. So they asked the local women to donate their bronze mirrors for this purpose. A woman contributed her mirror, but later regretted it because of her repentance. The mirror wouldn't melt in the furnace until she killed herself.
What?
Before her suicide, she said that whoever would break the bell would be given great wealth by her ghost. A multitude of people tried to break the bell by ringing it furiously. So the tired priest rolled it down a hill into a swamp in frustration. So I guess Bronzong does have, I'm pretty sure, has a crack in it. I could be wrong
like
on
the
that.
Liberty Bell, right? Bronzong. Nope.
No crack?
No.
So nobody gets the wealth. Bronzor may be a combination of bronze and mirror. Doh mirror, which I think might be its Japanese name. DOH mirror. Doh mirror. Excuse me.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe a combination of Dokyo, which is bronze mirror, and mirror.
Bronze mirror.
Yes, bronze mirror. Doh mirror. And that's all I got on Bronzor. I've caught 2 shinies of it in Pokemon Go.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting, I guess.
Well, I'm sure everybody's thrilled to learn about Bronzor, one of the most exciting Pokemon we've ever discussed on our podcast.
Because you are being sarcastic.
Maybe
Listen,
a little.
Based off of a story where a woman had to kill herself so some freaking priest can make a bell that annoyed them.
It is a good story, I'll give you that. The Bronzor artwork from Temporal Forces, top notch.
Mid. Oh, is that
it's
the
really
full
cool.
art? I mean, not the full art, the art rare?
Yeah, when he's like staring at himself in a mirror that's shaped like him. He's using a bronze mirror in the photo.
A dome mirror?
A dome mirror. And he has a reflection that makes it look like there's just 2 images. It's really a cool card.
You're a cool card.
It fits the lore of what you just described very well. Oh, I didn't even know. So I'm like looking at a photo of it right now. For those of you that are wondering why I'm talking this way about this particular card. And there's a sign next to the bronze mirror in the shape of a Bronzor. You can't really make out the text on it.
Maybe
but it's
that lady's
it looks
curse.
like it's kanji. Well, there's a bird cage here with another Pokemon in it that I can't. It looks like a Chatot maybe. Then there's like a fossil. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Pokemon.
It's a very cool artwork. If you look around, there's quite a bit of cool stuff. The lamp in the photo on the left-hand side, the sconce on the photo resembles a Pokemon. It's cool. It's a cool card.
Cool.
Mirror attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a psychic Pokemon, this attack does 30 more damage. Ooh. Sweet. Anyway, thanks for the update on Bronzor. How's the Prismatic Elite Trainer Box going for you? The Poke Center one.
It has gone up in price. We just discussed this.
Yeah, but do you still have a sealed one?
Sometimes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not really sure how one would have one sometimes. So this week's episode of Sit On It with Zack Mo is another great success. We still have a sealed Prismatic Poke Center ETB.
The reason it's still sealed is because it's not in my room.
That's a good reason. That was a smart thing of you to do, to move it elsewhere.
I hid it in my sister's room. And only I know where it is.
It's a good idea.
I only
good move, dude.
Her, so I'm a terrible brother.
Your words, not mine.
Oh, I know. I'm one of the best brothers. She knows it. She doesn't listen to this, so she can't dispute the fact that I'm the best brother.
A lot of people are saying it.
You wanna... Oh, shit. Hold on. My phone's blowing up. Let me see who this is. Oh, wow. It's everybody. They want to know how the market is.
Well, I'm going to talk about a couple specifics this week because basically Pokemon Go up. So I'm going to point out a couple cool things maybe that people aren't really talking too much about or looking at. I mean, I suppose if we're going to talk in general, the market's very similar to how it has been, extremely bullish. Everything's going up in price. Not everything, but a lot of things are going up in price. Sealed product performing extremely well. There's a big controversy going on right now, started yesterday, I think, on Twitter, about reprints that have been leaked supposedly. Who knows exactly the extent of the reprints that we'll get, but I'm very confident that we do have reprints coming of several Scarlet Violet sets, which is good news for collectors. I don't know that the reprints will be sizable enough to impact market price dramatically, but certainly they'll impact availability. It's hard to go from where we are currently at and then back to where the market used to be based on one reprint that contains multiple sets, because currently, we're fighting supply and demand, and supply is, I mean, in some cases literally zero. Like, it's so hard to get this product at any kind of reasonable price that no one's even selling it. I mean, it's gotten to the point where Paldean Fates is hard to buy, even as a regular customer. Like, you have to really search to find it, even at market price. So all of those sets that are supposedly being reprinted, we'll see some movement on them in the sealed market. I don't know exactly what will happen, but I think we'll definitely see some movement. We did see movement on a couple cool items. One thing that I wanted to point out was the Miriam from Scarlet Violet Base. I don't know why this is happening, but the Miriam from Scarlet Violet Base is continuing to drop in price. I think the card is gorgeous, but that's not, I guess, the sentiment of the general market. I'm talking about the Miriam Special Illustration Rare. Current market price on the card is $30. And I think that's so much better of a card than a $30 card. So, in my opinion, if you're looking to buy some singles, that's a really good one. I don't really understand why that's happening. Another thing that's going on with Pokemans in the market.
The one that's like cartoonish.
Yeah, where she's like tripping, but it's got like some sacred geometry in the background. It's a very, very cool card art.
There's a Pikachu on it.
There is a Pikachu on it. I think it's like such a solid card that it
is a fun card.
It's bound to go up from $30. That's crazy, considering that art rares in that same set are selling for more than that. I think it's pretty wild that card is only $30 right now. So that one, in my opinion, is a buy if you're buying singles and you're looking for like plays in the market. I do think something extremely ironic happened that we should acknowledge. So if you go to TCG Player, which is the site we use for like market price, most people who talk about market price on singles are referring to TCG Player. You go to TCG Player and you just click Pokemon, and it'll show you like the most commonly purchased items, I guess, on TCG Player, like what's been moving the most on TCG Player, or basically it's like sorting by relevance or best match. So top three lines, or the top three items, are code cards. People buy code cards to play the online game a lot. And then after the first item is code card. After that, we have Crown Zenith and Prismatic Evolution. So they're moving in huge volume. We know Crown Zenith is going to continue to move in big volume. Budew, common from Prismatic Evolutions, very, very playable card, up to $1.79. Night Stretcher, $1.97. So these are cards that like players are buying. The third most relevant card on the TCG Player website right now is the Pikachu from Celebrations. The one that I have a binder full of.
The Chubby Chew.
The Chubby Chew. So if you look at the chart, is unbelievable. On January 30th, the card was worth 83 cents. Back in the beginning of January, it was 60 cents. And back in December, it was about 50 cents. Currently, the card is selling for $4 a copy. And I have quite a few of them.
Yeah, I bought one for $1 when I was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's a $4 card. I have a lot of them. I've been very fortunate to have been gifted them from people on the stream over the course of time. I won't be selling them, but I just think it's extremely ironic. Now, we have that as the third most popular single. Then we have number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th most popular single, Palafin from Paldean Fates.
Really?
Yeah. So Palafin from Paldean Fates, if we look back to February 9th, was selling for about 86 cents, currently selling for $3.
I have given you at least 3. I want $9.
That's what I'm saying, man. I've been saying collect what you like to everyone I've ever run into. Who's like, what should I get? What should I order? What should I get? Like, just collect what you like. And I mean, I've been collecting chubby Pikachus since they were, 50 cents, and I've been collecting Palafins since they were like 18 cents, and now they're both going up in value. Now I'm not selling them, so it doesn't really matter, but it's just a really cool coincidence and thing to see that I thought would be worth acknowledging. There's also a new variation being played out of the Temporal Forces common uncommon cards. So it's making the Totodile, Croconaw, and Feraligatr go up in price because there's a new competitive deck that involves those three cards. So they have some pretty serious movement on them. Those three do. Also moving a lot are the non-stamped promos now from ETBs. So we're seeing some growth on Lucario. We're seeing some growth on Snorlax. We're seeing some really big growth on a lot of things. Paldean Fate's still going up. Prismatic Evolutions ETBs actually going up in price. 151 booster packs are going way up. They went up really quickly because people basically know now we're now that Blooming Waters is pretty much done, we're outside of the reprint window for 151 booster bundles. And then Journey Together booster boxes.
Should I wait to sell my 151 collection, or?
The singles market is volatile. To be honest with you, like, yes, you timed it poorly, but since we're talking about market and I'm trying to have like a serious take on it, you didn't time it well. You sold at a time where it wasn't at its...
just like fucking with you.
I understand. Let me explain, though. You sold at a time when it wasn't at its absolute peak, right? It's gone up pretty significantly since then, but there will be times when we zoom out over the course of years that you'll be like, man, I'm really grateful I sold it when I did. Because now, let's say 5 years from now, right? Some other fad has entered into the Pokemon world and people are like anti-151 Pokemon. A lot of those cards could be worth nothing. All the like ancillary cards could be worth nothing. So Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, of course, will still be really strong. The starter 3 art rares, anything like, big label will be strong. But a lot of what makes a master set valuable is all those extra cards, right? There's like the Omanite art rare. Is that going to be as expensive as it is right now forever? Probably not. Like, there's going to be a time where those cards drop. We see it with a lot of XY cards, right? We see it with a lot of Sun and Moon cards, where eventually over the course of time, the chases, the really good cards continue to grow in value and become extremely expensive, but all the other stuff starts to drop pretty significantly. And you can pick up some of those cards for much cheaper. So I don't really think it's like it was a huge loss. It would have been much better to sell now, of course, but we are where we are. So I wanted to talk quick about Journey Together as we're approaching Journey Together. Journey Together is looking like a shit show. That's gross, dude. Why are you doing that? For those of you that are just listening, he's got a back scratcher in his nose. Journey Together is looking really problematic. So Journey Together was selling for just shy of $200 a box for most of February. And as we're getting closer and closer to release, we have seen like a 10%, 15% increase in price. Boxes now pre-selling at $216, which is crazy high pricing. Right? Booster boxes, yes. People are selling their entire allocations on TCG Player at $200. There's a lot of people don't know this, but the only people who can pre-sell booster boxes on TCG Player are actual brick and mortar card stores that have TCG Player accounts. So if you go onto TCG Player and look, there's the first listing is from the gaming company. So the gaming company has somewhere in this country has a store. King's Games, Top Choice Gaming, Twin Knights, Card Rush, Simply Unlucky, CCS Incorporated, 88 Card House, Card Haven, Board Games and Beyond. These are the people that are currently selling Journey Together on TCG Player. They're all storefront owners. You or I could start a TCG Player account, but we can't sell booster boxes before they're available to the public on TCG Player.
That was my next question. So you're not brick and mortar, but you are
I maybe could. I'd have to. It would.
You're an LLC, no?
Yeah, it would depend. Yeah. I'm a step beyond LLC. I'm incorporated as what's called an S corp. So I may theoretically be able to.
S corp.
S corp, yeah. S corp, is that what you said? No, S corp. S-corp. But anyway, all those stores that have these listed, the cheapest listing is $216.20. So that's the cheapest way to currently pre-order a Journey Together booster box, which is really crazy. I have a feeling it's going to be even worse than that when the set actually releases. We might see a drop for like a day or two, and then it's going to be an expensive one. It's going to be a $250 to $300 booster box. ETBs are probably going to be close to $100.
Question about Journey Together. Mm-hmm. Is it strictly battle, whatever the fuck it's called?
Battle partners? Yeah, we'll probably get some cards that weren't in battle partners, some different artworks, different.
I mean, because usually there's like 2 Japanese sets that form one English.
Yes, so that's not the case with Journey Together. Okay. The next set we're getting from Japan called Heatwave Arena, that is half. That's a half set. So Heatwave Arena and the Glory of Team Rocket are going to be combined. And in English, I believe I know the set is called Destined Rivals. So Heatwave Arena plus the Glory of Team Rocket equal Destined Rivals. Battle Partners is kind of like a 1-for-1 to Journey Together. So we've seen most of what we're going to get in Journey Together. We might get some of the like promos and things that we never got here in the US from the Japanese set. So like there's always like battle decks and things like that release in Japan that we usually don't even see or hear about in the US. So we'll get some of the cards from that, some different EXs and things like that, maybe some different artwork variations for commons, uncommons, but all the main chases are the same ones that are in Battle Partners. So we'll have Volcanion, we'll have Salamence, we'll have Lily, and then all the partner cards are going to be part of that set. So to me, it's a very exciting set. I'm way more excited for this set than I was for basically any release that we've had in the last 6 months. I think the last time I felt, well, that's not true. I really like Stellar Crown too. So I guess I'm looking forward to this as much or more than Stellar Crown. Stellar Crown, I wasn't like, yo, I can't wait to get this. But once we got it, I was really excited about opening it. It was a fun open. I hated opening Prismatic, but I really enjoyed opening Stellar Crown quite a bit. Surging Sparks was tough. It was kind of fun to open for me, but it wasn't anywhere near as good to me of an opening experience as Stellar Crown was.
I like Stellar Crown.
I don't know what it is.
Stellar Crown is the one with the Squirtle, no?
Squirtle, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. It's just, to me, it's just like a well balanced set. It opens like it opens nicely. You usually get like a fair amount of hits to it. Surging Sparks you can really get cooked on Surging Sparks. And I also am not a big fan of the Pikachu chase, so I think that has a lot to do with why I don't love that set as much, because it's just not a card that I really like. But I think that's probably good enough for the market update for right now. Things are very similar. Pokemon go up, buy, hold. If you're looking to make money in this, buy and hold. PSA 10 prices are going nuts on things. Oh, tag. Maybe we should talk about tag grading is really taking off. You look like a Bronzor right now, dude. What are you doing?
A Bronzor?
Mm-hmm.
How does
you have extra facial symmetry going on? What are your thoughts on tag?
I did have a question last week about it. My thoughts on tag. I don't have many.
Okay, so go ahead with your question.
Tag it's clear, right? Mm-hmm. The thingy. I mean, they're nice looking. I don't hate them.
Do you think they're better looking than PSA slabs as like an average consumer, from an average consumer point of view?
I think I may be too used to PSA. So when I see other company slabs, it just feels fake to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm so used to seeing the white label. Like I'm very that looks very legit to me because I'm so used to PSA being on top, and that's like the the norm, the industry standard for selling is PSA. So it maybe feel like a like an off brand.
Mm-hmm.
In terms, maybe. I don't hate them. I'm impartial. I don't really have any opinion.
All right. I mean, that's a really insightful thing for me as like someone who, makes buying decisions based on the general market to hear from your perspective of saying it still feels like an off brand. They're starting to comp at or above PSA slabs, which is pretty wild. PSA 10 tag stuff selling for as much or more than PSA. Very unusual.
It's also how fairly new is tag to the game?
Tag's been around for 4 years, I think. but people didn't start talking about them until 4 weeks ago.
Right.
Like
so
when the episode that I brought up Tag, however long ago that was, you can go back and look at it. That was before people on stream ever mentioned that company. Nobody was talking about Tag. How long? Maybe like 6
I don't know
weeks
how.
ago.
Yeah, give or take. I don't know how, like, it's still fresh to me. So to me, it's like maybe give it a year,
right?
And I'll like Tag better.
The cycle just moves really, really quickly. So I don't know
Right.
if we'll get a full year. I happen to have one right here for those of you that are watching. I know you can't see the Pokemon, but that's what the slab looks like. It's a Gengar.
I mean, yeah, no, they
Shocking,
look
right?
nice.
It's a very
Don't
cool
get me
looking
wrong.
slab. Super unique look. Very, very clean look. This is a trick or trade Gengar, just like a random Gengar I didn't have. I just bought it.
How much more is it to grade with Tag?
So they kind of do this weird thing that I think is working really well for them. And what they have available is something they're calling a submission kit, which to me, like I've graded with Tag. I don't need a submission kit from Tag. I can very easily accomplish the same goal with the supplies that I have on my own. But to someone, let's say like you, who's never done grading before, you pay for this submission kit. I want to say it's like $30. I don't remember. I don't want to misquote. I can look it up right now, actually.
Misquote
Tag
or misprice?
kit. I don't want to be misquoted or give the wrong price out. So a Tag submission kit comes with prepaid two-way shipping, insurance up to $1,000 on the route to when it's getting shipped to Tag, which isn't enough insurance for a large submission. Something they're calling a Tag safe case. It's like a zipper bag. Tag shields, which are the semi-rigid holders that the cards go in. I've always called them card savers. That's like what the regular brand I use is called. Easy pull penny sleeves, which are completely unnecessary, but I guess Tag prefers them. A serialized security seal. So if the seal is tampered by the time it gets to Tag, they'll contact you and use their insurance theoretically. And you can purchase that along with their grading service. So if you want to do regular bulk service through Tag, it's $15 a card. That's the regular price before shipping, before anything else. It is $2 cheaper than PSA.
Okay.
And that's what they're quoting now is a 30-day turnaround. So the turnaround times have changed in the last few days. The advantage to Tag was that they had very quick turnarounds, but they've been getting hammered. So value 30 days. And then you need to submit at least 20 cards to get that price. If you want to just submit 2 or 3 cards, it's $25 per card. And that supposedly is a 15 business day turnaround. However, things have been coming back late for a lot of people. I can't find a price on this submission kit. It would really be helpful for this conversation if I could find an accurate price. That's quite annoying. Submit. Let me just purchase this real quick and see. Here we go. Tag Assure, basic protection, card care, add to cart. Check out. Oh, this is like a deal. It says limited stock. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I guess it's like a deal. I can't find the submission kit though. Anyway, they sell this thing called the submission kit. So if you're a layperson grading cards, it's basically the same price as PSA. You're paying $25 per card if you're grading less than 20 cards, and you're buying the submission kit, and you're going to be paying for, I guess the submission kit includes two-way shipping. So to you and then to them. So you'll have to pay for return shipping from Tag once your submission is done. So the price is very, very similar to PSA. The idea,
is the process similar?
The process is just completely dissimilar. So Tag grades using like computer technology. A lot of people will call it AI. It's really not AI. It's just utilizing very high quality cameras, scanners, and measurements of the cards. And there might be some AI used in like rendering the results when they are because you can scan the QR code and see what they're like noting on your card that makes it not a 10. So the scans will pop up and they'll show you like the centering of the card, if there's surface issues on the card, things like that. Very similar to an older company called AGS, who has just become pretty much completely irrelevant. The submission kit each purchase is for one-time use on the submission kit, so you can only use it once. I'm still trying to find the price on it, but I can't seem to find it on their website, which is annoying me. So yeah, that's kind of the long and short about tag grading. They have been absolutely blowing up. People in the Discord are talking about it. People are talking about it every stream. I have customers who want me to grade through tag for them. There's a lot of different hype, I guess, around tag at the moment. I actually have to do another tag submission tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it and see, what you had heard or whatever, because as someone who's like kind of plugged into this market in this world, I see tag moving up significantly in the next few months. And then who knows really what will happen after that once they kind of get their place in the market situated. But definitely something that's going to be, keep an eye on that company. They're definitely making good moves.
Well, that's good. I like a little competition.
As I said, maybe 6 or 8 episodes ago when I bought into a bunch of tag and nobody listened because nobody knew what tag was.
Well, nobody likes to listen to you.
I don't blame them.
I don't remember what I needed that graded guard for.
The Growlithe or Arcanine I got you.
I think it might have been this. This is that Pop 3 reverse Arcanine?
Could have been that.
Because the Growlithe already has one.
Oh.
So it must have been this Arcanine.
I guess. I don't know, but you have a graded guard coming to you. That's another thing that really grinds my gears.
What chaps your ass? Tell me.
This whole graded guard movement, dude. Oh my god. And I'm a sucker for it too. I'm just as bad as the next guy. My entire Gengar collection is slabbed and graded guarded. And the limited run graded guards are like so expensive. It's crazy, 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 these prices on these things. It just, I don't know,
all of you crazy collectors. Market. I actually had an idea for a shoe company today, but apparently it's already being done. I'm going to tell you my idea anyway.
I was going to put a check mark on the side of the shoe, but make it a little curved.
Check mark and then maybe some lines on the side.
3 stripes on the right side.
So I thought it would be cool. I was talking to Jimmy Shoes about it. Well, apparently a shoe company isn't doing it. So maybe my idea still works. But so like, let's say like the first run of shoes in their first year, they would be called season 1. The first shoe to come out would be called episode 1. And then so on and so forth. Episode 2, episode 3. But they would be shortened to S1E1, S1E2. I got them new S1E2s. Does that not sound good?
I mean, sure.
And then the following year, when you do another run of a new line,
new season,
you got the S2 E1s, S2 E2s. Apparently, there's a company that's doing that with like jeans or some shit.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people are capitalizing on. Anytime you can create artificial scarcity in a market, you can make more money from it. So,
I thought that would be a pretty cool idea. I was just on my way to work and for some reason thinking of shoes.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. For as far as like a financial perspective goes for a company, that's a very good idea. Pokemon does it in a smaller capacity or different capacity. There's, you've probably heard me talk about on stream, or if you're part of the Pokemon community for a little while, you've heard the term first print.
Right.
First print refers to the item being printed during the first print wave. So all of those cases have a date on them. It says do not sell before such and such a date. So first print stuff over the course of time is worth more than not first print stuff, for various different reasons. So similar, but dissimilar in that they will reprint and just, it won't be first print.
And if you're one of the 18 to 20 people who listen to this, don't steal my shoe company idea. I will sue.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Start a shoe company. You take
that. Me and Jorge, me and my good friend Jorge. Shout out Jorge. He doesn't listen to this, but he should. Shout out Jorge. He had an idea when we were younger. What the fuck was the name of the clothing brand? Penny Clothing or some shit like that. and on the button of the jeans would be either a penny, dime, nickel, or quarter, or $half, depending on the size that you wear.
Okay, so you were only going to make 5 sizes?
Yes. I don't remember the whole idea. We drank a lot of beer back then.
Interesting.
We've always been inventors.
Yeah.
But nothing ever came of it.
Interesting idea.
I also tried making another clothing company, which I had a pretty cool design for. And I
think I saw it in Canva, I think. Not Canva.
Oh, no, not Canva.
Pixel art. Pixel
art,
cut.
yes.
Pixel cut.
The little smoking skull.
Yeah.
Which my sister actually drew that.
Yeah, it's a really cool logo.
It would have been a really cool company. I just never did anything with it. I would have liked to put it on T-shirts and maybe sell it in my store.
Well, no time like the future.
That's true.
See what I did there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for a MacBook Pro, because I've already discussed this before. I need one for design and podcasting. And good night, Mom. Love you. You don't have to interrupt me on Tuesdays. What was I saying? My shirts. GoFundMe, MacBook Pro. My birthday's coming up, everybody. So, you can all chip in and get me a MacBook Pro. If all 18 listeners chip in.
They're, in my opinion, incredibly overpriced for what they do, but what do I know, right?
So just get me a good laptop, people. Come on.
They're not that bad.
What are they?
Well, this might be refurb. Yeah, that's got to be refurb. Like 1,500.
Right. So
refurb's $880.
Here you go. Give me the refurb. I don't mind. I'll live.
I still think that's way too much money for what it can do, but I used to have a lot of Mac product. I had an iMac, I had a MacBook Pro, I had a MacBook. This is like over the course of many, many years. I had a Mac. What my computer in college was a MacBook.
I usually only do Dell or HP.
Yeah, I have now switched over to Samsung. Pretty much Samsung everything. Samsung laptops, Samsung television, Samsung monitor, Samsung phone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, if you're listening to this and you want to see my cool logo or a T-shirt, let me know. I'll put it in Discord.
The fee for that is to buy him a computer.
Yeah, if you want to see it, buy me the computer, and I'll send you a DM so nobody else sees it but you, and I'll send it on my new computer, which would be pretty cool. You know what I'm excited for?
I don't.
The new WWE game.
Yeah, I did know that. I just was creating artificial tension on the pod.
It's gonna be dope. So if you are unaware, me and Collector here like to play my GM mode against each other on WWE. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned this before. And there's a new one coming out, which we're getting Wednesday 7th. Today's the 4th.
Yeah, a couple days. Friday.
Yeah. You'll be streaming. I'll be playing.
I will be streaming on Friday.
And I will be playing.
I think Friday I have to drive to Long Island.
For what?
Well, I think I'm going to try to do a little 2-bird 1-stone action and meet my normal resupplier and this other resupply that I'm doing.
Gonna give a shout out?
I don't know. I don't want to dox anybody, but
he listens.
I know, but I don't want to. I just said Long Island, but I'm going to meet a listener of the podcast, a former customer, and probably future customer of the Collectors Club, and a good friend of Zack Mo's, and hopefully soon to be a good friend of mine, to purchase his sealed collection from him.
Known him since I was like 10.
Well,
his name's Carl.
All right, there you go. You can dox him. Hopefully, it's a 2-bird 1-stone sitch where I can do both of those things in one day. That would be lovely. Then I don't have to.
And to my knowledge, twice. If you are resupplying with Carlito, that there'll be some nice things for the stream.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah, if I can get that locked in by this weekend, it'll be great. You guys will be very happy to have it.
Shout out Carl. He likes Espeon. So does his
good
daughter.
to know. I didn't know that.
Really, well, his daughter really likes Espeon, so he collects Espeons for her.
That's very nice.
He was with me when I bought you the 151 shit in Pennsylvania.
Ah, very interesting. I still have that sitting right back here in my sealed collection box tote. Nah.
Why? It's not like 151 is going to keep going up.
Sealed product goes up. I'll sell 151 when it's vintage. I'll pay for my daughter's college tuition with 151.
That's fair. I like that.
It's crazy what's going on with Pokemon right now. It's really unbelievable. But yeah, I'm trying to maintain my sealed collection while also running a business and not being able to source Pokemon. It's becoming quite a balancing act.
I have a sealed Blood Moon Ursaluna PSA 9. It's sealed inside of a plastic case.
It's in this plastic slab thing.
Yeah.
I'll buy it back for the stream. Sealed. Send it to me when you send me the Umbreon. I'll buy them both. I'll put it right back in the bin.
Well, the price has gone up.
Yeah, well, you'll get a percentage.
I now want $100.
If it's market 60, you want 100. That's the only way it's working.
Exactly. That's what, plus 80?
Something crazy like that. Yeah. Something that's completely unrealistic.
I don't know. Insulin has not changed since the 90s, and it's gone up 500%. So
yeah, but okay. So is everything else.
Yeah, well, you don't buy insulin every day. I do.
No, I don't.
But I don't buy it every day. What are you looking up?
Insulin prices. It's a very interesting topic. People have talked about this many times on many different.
It is a
political
topic that I'm very. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word. I'm very blank about it. Passionate.
Yeah,
I've read too many stories. I've read too many stories of people who can't afford their insulin because they don't have the insurance, and a vial of insulin is $500. A vial of insulin lasts me about a week and a half tops. So that's $500 every week and a half. People who can't afford it will go to Walmart, and they will get a diluted insulin, which is basically nothing. They'll even use pet insulin, which also is not good for you. It doesn't do what you need it to do. I've read countless stories of people doing this, winding up in the hospital, winding up dead because they can't afford their fucking insulin.
So Medicare and Medicaid cover insulin. Insurance covers insulin. How does somebody end up with no insurance, no Medicare, no Medicaid is my basic question about insulin, especially if you know you have diabetes.
Well, it's not necessarily that they don't have insurance. Some insurances still charge an exorbitant amount as a copay. I know people who pay $100 copays for their insulin. That's that's an expensive and it's not just the insulin. It's the insulin. You need the syringes. You need you need to have your blood sugar meter if you're not on a sensor. You need your sensor if you're on a sensor. If you are on an insulin pump, you need all the pump supplies. I mean, like I could probably spend an easy in copays like $200 a month in copays on just my diabetes supplies, and this is just shit that I need so that I can live every day.
Yeah, there's a lot of articles. I'm just kind of like pulling up a few articles regarding this topic. It does appear as though it has inflated at a different rate than a lot of other things. There are some companies though that are capping the out-of-pocket cost per month, which seems to be pretty promising.
Lilly's one of them.
Yep, Lilly has it at 35. Another company here, it looks like it has 72 or something along those lines.
What's the name of that one? Can you read it? Is it Novo Nordisk?
Yeah, Novolog.
Yeah, that's what I use, Novolog.
Yeah, it's 72 for a vial and 140 for the pen. Eli Lilly said it would slash the price of the Humalog and it would be 35 per month out of pocket. It's very, very interesting that these major companies are able to do so much manipulation. It's not an availability issue. It's not like there's no lack of insulin.
No shortage, right.
So,
and the thing is, it really hasn't changed in almost 30 years.
Yeah, the development process has not become more expensive. Sure, the supplies, the logistics are more expensive, but if the inflation of insulin has outpaced the inflation of the supplies and the production of insulin, then that's absolutely a problem.
It is huge problem. So Dr. Bantam is the fellow who invented it. Not invented it, but invented the way
Yeah, Doc
that we
Doc
use
Bantam,
it.
he's in the Fantastic Four, right?
Yes. What? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know.
There's
That's what it
Doctor
made me think
Doom
of.
and Richard Reeds. Nobody
All
in
right,
there is
move
Bantam.
along.
Don't make me go full nerd on you. So Dr. Bantam was in a room. There was a room full of young diabetic kids, and they were all in what's called DKA, which is diabetic ketone acidosis, which is what killed me at one point when I was 16 and put me in a coma.
Mhm.
Um, and nobody knew what to do. So I don't know the exact process he did, but he discovered insulin. He gave these kids insulin, and then one by one, they all started waking up. And he finally figured out how to, not cure diabetes, but to manage diabetes. He sold the patent for $1 so that no single person can monopolize insulin.
Right.
And now look at where it is today. I mean, luckily we have Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are putting caps on prices, but before that, like this guy did such an amazing thing, selling it for $1 and so that everybody can make it. Sold the what's the word I'm looking for? The recipe, I guess, for
Mhm.
$1 so that everybody can make it and there can be no monopoly of it and that it's accessible to everybody. Dr. Bantam is the fucking man.
Shout out Dr. Bantam. Man,
On
that's
November 14th,
crazy. The variance in cost to produce versus the price of the product is crazy.
how much does it cost to produce? A couple
I
bucks?
mean, AI says a couple bucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a
Wild.
crazy, crazy thing.
And it's something that, I mean, your bodies all naturally produce, and mine just happens to not. So now I have to, spend money. It's like the same argument with glasses. Like I
Yeah,
have to
I
pay
mean,
just to see.
I think everybody has a thing, right? Like the
All
people
right.
who don't have anything wrong with their body and don't necessarily need to rely on any kind of medication or glasses or hearing aids or anything like that. Like, sure, they exist, but they have to also pay to take care of their body, right? Like your body doesn't just last
Right.
forever.
Yeah, of
So they're
course. Yeah.
doing other things that, I'm not
So
doing certainly
preventatives,
that
right.
are keeping them healthy and they're spending money on that. I remember when I had to buy my hearing aids, the cost was egregiously expensive and most insurance companies don't cover hearing
Medical
aids.
devices.
Yeah,
I had problems getting my insulin pumps, and
yeah,
my
it's
insulin pump
very,
costs $2,000.
very, very, very strange. But who knows? I mean, maybe I don't know if there's a solution. I don't know. Unfortunately, it involves politics, which I don't really get into.
No, yeah, of course not. I don't want to
But
get
it's
into politics
crazy
either.
that pharma is tied up in in politics. That's not a good thing. I just binge watched a show on Netflix called Zero Day, with De Niro playing
Hmm.
former President George Mullen. Who's not actually a former president. That was his character in the series. Very good. I binged it, and I haven't watched Netflix in a very, very long time, but it seemed interesting to me, so I turned on the first episode and then I finished the entire series. It was good. It talks a lot about like corrupt government officials and figures and more. It also kind of is like a commentary on the state of our nation,
Hmm.
or the state of the world, so to speak. It was good. It was definitely something that I enjoyed watching. Definitely made me think about quite a few different things. And yeah, they don't necessarily talk about pharmaceuticals, but like it's all kind of adjacent in the space that
Right. Yeah.
that series is addressing. Is very adjacent to that.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
think of big pharma. I've been told. So I got diagnosed when I was 4 in 1996. Um, and we would do the Walk to Cure Diabetes every year in
mhm.
October, and it was always, oh, we're gonna get the cure. We're gonna get the cure. I got older, and I realized I got older, I got smarter, as smart as you people think I am. And they'll never cure diabetes. They have ways. In Europe, they have done
Sure.
stem cells, they've done pancreas transplants, they've had these ways, but big pharma will never let that happen.
I think certainly the idea of curing that ship has sailed at the moment, given our current setup. As long as we're in a system that allows finances to dominate decision making, lawmaking, we're not in a cure or fix. We're more in like a patch up type
Band-Aid. Right.
type society, and it's not limited at all to medical. I mean, car tires. I know it sounds like a ridiculous example, but there's military grade tires that are going to last
Right. Yeah, I get exactly.
outperform
Yeah. No, that is a good
consumer grade
example.
tires
That
by
is a good example.
tremendous margins, right? They very likely, now this is could be sort of edging on conspiracy, but there's very likely technology out there that you could get tires that are going to last lifetime, right?
Right.
There's ways to create these products now, and we are just not going to see them because it's not advantageous to Goodyear to sell me a tire, even if it's at $1,000, right? They don't want to sell me a tire that's going to last me the rest of my life.
Right. They
They'd
want to
rather
sell you a
sell me
tire,
tires every
you're gonna
couple of
wind up
years.
having to spend $1 million over a lifetime
Exactly.
opposed to
And
1,000.
I think that applies to everything, right? We've sort of entered into this time in our existence where we are comfortable with temporary. There's a movement. I don't remember the abbreviation for it, but the gist of the movement is like buy it once.
Mm.
I don't remember what it's called. They're kind of like adjacent to the everyday carry community and, like knife nut, gun nut type community. It's sort of like an adjacent space to that where they look for very high quality items that they can buy at one time and have it for the rest of their lives.
Right.
I had done a deep dive on backpacks at one point, and I wanted a new backpack, and I never ended up buying it because it was very expensive. But there's like this backpack that's kind of universally agreed upon, like, hey, this could be the last backpack you ever buy. It should last you the rest of your life. It's very well made. It's constructed properly. It has all the correct features that most people look for.
Sounds like a backpack I want.
Tom Bean, Bihn, is the designer. The backpack at the time, this is
okay,
years ago, it was called, I believe it was called the Synapse was the name of the backpack. Tom Bean, Synapse. Yeah, Synapse 25 liter. That's it. It's very unassuming. Just looks like a, plain black backpack with some zippers on the front. Used on eBay for this all black version is $275. If I go onto the EDC backpack 25 liter, so this one is the Synapse 25. It's advertised as an EDC backpack, currently in stock on the Tom Bean website for $255, which is very expensive for a backpack. But
that is, yeah.
If you use a backpack every single day, you don't want to have to buy another backpack all the time. This is like, the cream of the crop as far as backpacks go. Supposedly. I never bought one, so I can't say because I never tried it myself. There's all kinds of accessories and shit you can buy with it, little compartmentalizing things. I'm sure that you would love it. I'm sure that I would love it.
That sounds something I'd go ape shit for. I collect block bags.
Yeah. I'm sure you would love the Tom Bean Synapse. It's a very, very nice bag. But the point is, there's this sort of grassroots movement surrounding the idea that you just buy like a very high quality item that you never have to replace. So I think anything that doesn't use batteries, really, you could do that with. Buying higher quality clothing, buying higher quality everything, furniture, whatever. You just buy it once and have it forever, as opposed to the current state that we are most of us operate within, which is just like, oh, it broke, I'll get a new one.
Right.
I bought it for $3 on Temu,
Yeah.
And I'm just as guilty as the next guy. Please don't, if you're listening, like, don't take this as preaching. I'm wearing clothes that were probably manufactured in a sweatshop. I'm not like, I got this cheap hat on TikTok. I got this cheap sweatshirt online. But yeah, we definitely as a society have moved toward a very temporary mindset. these headphones I've had for a long time, actually. I did buy these headphones with the intention of never needing to replace them. I've replaced parts on these headphones because they've lasted, I think they're like 11 years old now, I want to say.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
They're Bose Quiet Comfort. They don't even make these anymore. But yeah, these red ear cups used to be black. And I used them so often that the black leather just kind of started to get a little crackly and wasn't really as good anymore. And then I had to replace the band on the top, which is also leather. So I just got a matching red one. I got the kit for $25 maybe to do the replacement.
That's pretty dope.
So yeah, I think it's a cool thing to be able to have a high quality version of something and keep it forever. I don't know how he exactly landed there, but that was a good chat.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Oh, because we were talking about
insulin,
society and insulin and and all that jazz.
That's where I put it. God damn it. I was looking for this. It is an adapter for a USB-A to a USB-C. And I couldn't find it, so I ordered 2 new ones on Amazon. That came the other day. And it was literally sitting right next to me under this knife the entire time. So
I have a little bag of adapters, a little tiny leather bag.
I usually keep everything in a Ziploc bag. And I couldn't find it. I must have taken this out for something, put it down, and completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
Well, now I have 3.
Yeah, I guess you could use one for your phone, one for, I don't know what else.
I don't need one for my phone.
You have an iPhone?
Yeah, I still have a lightning cable iPhone.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Do the new iPhones have USB-Cs?
Yeah.
Oh, good. They finally stopped being dumb.
But
yeah, on a Samsung, you can plug that in, and then your Samsung can cast to a monitor. And you use a program called Dex, and your Samsung phone is basically a computer.
Well, I have an iPhone, which is far superior to a Samsung phone. Why don't we do our highlight before we start?
Can you use it as a computer?
Basically,
it's what highlight? You're talking about our ranking.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Fine.
Which I already have what we're gonna do.
Boom.
And all that. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, I was ready for it. Dual monitors, baby. All right, what's the skinny? What are we doing here?
So I don't want Minerva to riot, so we're gonna do Dragon.
Didn't we do Dragon already?
Okay, so then let's do fighting because there's a lot of people that said fighting.
I'm almost sure we did Dragon already.
All right, well, Minerva, you're rioting. I'll riot with you. Don't worry about it.
You want to just do 2 types? It can be Dragon or fighting.
There's only one. That's Komodo.
No. The way this thing works, it will give us Dragon type or fighting type.
Okay.
Like it's not gonna if I generate this.
Hold on, I'm not ready yet.
We got a fighting type, right? Well, we're not agreed that this is what we're doing.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Fighting and Dragon. I just want to get my
because I think we did Dragon, but we can start doing this we could do 2 typings every week because it was starting to get a little bit dry, and it's especially hard when you do 10 of the same type. I think this is a good idea,
especially when we make our teams.
This is a very good pivot, having 2 typings.
All right, so Minerva's not going to riot. My Guardy gets me hardy, and there was somebody else I want to say put fighting.
So all right, well, we're going to do Dragon and fighting, and we'll from now on probably do this. So
I do want to shout out the other person though. So my Guardy gets me hardy. King J.
Homie Jordan.
He also said fighting.
Sweet. Well, out of 193 possible Pokemon forms, the first one we got was Clobopus, kind of a meme Pokemon from
Scarlet.
What set in English was it in, where he's given the finger?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was in Stellar. It's either Stellar or Surging. All right, let me know when you're ready to move on to the next Pokemon.
I am ready.
Reshiram Fire.
Is it though?
You're not a Reshiram fan?
Not really.
All right, well, put him low on the list then. We'll see how much you regret that decision. Virizion.
How is that?
Wireless.
Oh, I guess that's fighting.
Or Dragon. those are the options.
Really Dragon.
Dratini.
Ooh. I don't like my list.
It's because you put Reshiram too low.
Eh.
Gouging Fire. Eternamax Eternatus. Let's just Eternatus. Dratini again. We'll skip. Passimian.
Like that. Not Passion. Passimian. Stupid autocorrect.
Tyrant. Oh boy, I did it to myself again.
Hold on.
Yep, let me know when you're ready after Tyrant.
Here's not getting. That's not where I wanted to put it. Okay.
Palmo.
That I'm okay with.
And Tyrogue.
I'm not okay with that.
Definitely does not belong there, but whatever. I did it to myself.
I did it to myself with that one too.
All right. Number 10. Palmo.
Clobbopus.
Fine.
I should have changed that, but I'm okay with that. Number 9.
Passimian.
Palmo. Number 8.
Clobbopus.
Tyrant, and I'm very not happy with that at all.
That's a bummer.
Number 7.
Eternatus.
Ooh, Eternatus.
Ding, ding, ding.
Although my autocorrect went to Eternities. Number 6.
Verizon Wireless.
Reshiram.
Boo. Boo this man.
Whatever. Just like my opinion, man.
It's just like my opinion, man.
Number 5.
Dratini.
Verizon. Number 4.
Tyrant.
Gouging Fire. Which I would have changed. Number 3.
Gouging Fire.
Passimian, which I'm not mad at. I think that's perfect because I am a huge fan of lemurs.
All right.
So I actually like Passimian. Number 2.
Resh. Should have been number 1.
Dratini should have been number 1.
Well, we both have Tyrogue for number 1, don't we?
Yeah.
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 We should know better by now than to leave.
Yeah, if we see something we like, just put it at number 1.
Pretty much, yeah. Odds are 1 in 193 of getting a better pull, so not great odds.
Not great at all. I would have switched. Yeah, I would have just shifted everything up. Like my top 3, so it would have been Dratini, Passimian, Gouging Fire. Then Tyrant.
Dratini, Passimian, Gouging Fire, Tyrant. Yeah, I would have had Tyrogue probably down.
Tyrogue would have been in the the bottom 3.
I would probably put Tyrogue like number 4.
Really?
Resh, Gouging, Tyrant, Tyrogue, Dratini, Verizon, E-Turn, Clobbo, Passimian, Palmo.
I'm not a fan of Tyrogue.
I mean, I like it more than the other ones.
I don't like it. Yeah, that's fair. I would have put it after Clobbopus.
15 possibilities coming up to make a battle party from. I will read them out loud. I already
won.
I didn't do the thing. I was supposed to be fully evolved, right?
Yeah, but I like this list.
Sorry, we got to do it again. Default, fully evolved. Go. All right. The first list was way better. The 15 Pokemon we will be choosing from are Hitmontop, Buzzwole, Conkeldurr, Tyrantrum, Koraidon, Keldeo, Machamp, Breloom, Naganadel, Annihilape, Hydrapple, Toxicroak, Zamazenta, Beware, and Resh. Reshiram.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6.
I always struggle on my 6th.
Wait, do I want that one? Yeah.
Let's just do this because I like him. Got my 6.
Okay. I'm going in Reshiram.
Duh.
Zamazenta.
Yep.
Annihilate.
Yep.
Champ.
Yep.
Koraidon.
Yep.
And Tyrantrum.
Bingo.
So I win.
Tie game.
I won that one.
All right. One more time. 15 Pokemon, any typing.
That was the first time we ever went 6 for 6.
I know. Yeah, that was by far the first or the best 6 for 6 we've done. That one was pretty good. Wow, This is a really horrific list. This could be any Pokemon out of all 574 forms. What?
Because of default fully evolved.
Oh, fully evolved. Fully evolved. That's why. Okay. All right. So we've got Meloetta, Bibarel, Marowak, Skuntank, Banette, Arbok, Terrapagus. To be clear, it's the normal form, so it's the one that kind of looks a little bit like Shuckle. Spidops, Ceruledge, Jolteon, Swellow, Zekrom, Arctovish, Furret, and Simisage. Furret, Jubbin. All right.
This is hard.
That's our list. This is a rough one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I always struggle on my last one. Maybe I think I'll do that. All right, I got my 6.
All right. All right, so for the obvious ones, Zekrom.
Yep.
Jolteon.
Yep.
Ceruledge.
Yep.
Arbok.
Yep.
Banette.
Who? Oh, no, I didn't take Banette.
And I took Terrapagus because he's a cutie.
I took Terrapagus too. I have Marowak v Banette.
See, damn it, I was going to take Marowak.
Yeah, well, so
Banette.
My thought process with Marowak was that, and this might actually only be his Alolan form, but he can learn the fire spin.
That's
move.
Only Alolan form.
Yeah, it might only be his Alolan form. I was looking around like, do we have any kind of abilities for fire here? But yeah, I still think Marowak is who I would rather have on my battle party. It would be Marowak over Banette. I don't know who wins 1v1, but I feel like Banette has more weakness than
Probably.
Marowak.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that.
You know,
like I was going to choose Marowak and I'm mad at myself or not. So,
yeah, I feel like if I had to take them through a region and fight all the Pokemon I would encounter and the gym leader, like not knowing what I was going to be up against, I would say Marowak's probably more well-rounded than Banette. Although I think Banette's a very cool Pokemon.
I like little Terrapagus like that.
Little Shuckle.
Fucking adorable. You want to do one more?
Sure. Hey, look at that. You got Shuckle.
All right, I'll read these.
I'll read these again. Last one, we got Drampa, Cloyster, Shuckle, Emboar, Sylveon, Farfetch'd, Clefable, Landorus, Keldeo. Who was that? Oh, Landorus. Sigilyph, Kyogre, Grafaiai, Frostlass, Screamtail, and Darkrai. Wow, this is
actually pretty good. Yeah. But I'm still taking Shuckle, I'll tell you that much.
Might have a hard time at the end here.
1, 2.
Yeah, there's
3,
my 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
Do I take
6?
I think I have to take.
Yeah, I like it.
Despite not wanting to, I'll take that. No, do I take her? I'm gonna take her. All right, I'm gonna take her.
Okay. I took Darkrai.
Yep.
Frostlass.
Yep.
Kyogre.
Yep.
Drampa.
Nope.
Where am I confused? Shuckle, obviously.
Also no.
And Sylveon.
Yes. So we've got Emboar, Cloyster.
I was going to take Cloyster, but I already had taken Kyogre and Frostlass, so I already had water and ice.
Yeah, covered. I was debating Cloyster. but I couldn't decide on anybody that I liked more than Cloyster.
So who did I took Drampa and Shuckle. You took Embor and Cloyster.
Yeah.
I
mean,
all right. I will concede, but I'm going to explain why I'm conceding. Drampa loses out to Cloyster because of ice. Ice defeats Dragon very easily. Shuckle only loses because Embor is fighting and Shuckle's ground is bug ground, and fighting is effective against ground. That's the only reason that Shuckle loses.
I'll take any reason. I'm good.
Because you don't fuckle with Shuckle. He has the best defensive stats in the entire fucking lore.
Well, that was good. That was fun. Those were good lists.
That's
my
true.
God, it's 11:30 already. I can't believe how I have so much more grading to do. All right, let's call it a night.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of the 151 Collective. I've been your host, Collector, aka Collector.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification button, the little bell, so that you can get a little bell when we're. I mean, I already tag everybody and say that I put the episode up, but still, you'll get the notification. I've been Zack Mo, aka Zack Mo.
Until next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.